Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, lots to discuss today, but I want to begin with Joe Biden's restaurant talk. Do you believe that Joe Biden basically told restaurants, just pay them more money? That's what you got to do. Well, they're already paying them more money because of the there's no industry. Just think about this. The restaurant industry, nobody got hurt worse in the lockdowns and the rules. Now, no industry is getting hurt worse by the unemployment rules. Unemployment being paid. The actual competitor with restaurants is the United States government. Who wins? But ladies and gentlemen, the American jury, it proves that Joe Biden has no understanding of business. Hello, Joe. Restaurants have to pass on any increase in prices to customers. He has no concept at all. He's just been a political hack for 50 freaking years. It's awful. Hunter's dealer is sued for fraud. You notice the pattern here? Wherever Hunter goes, bad things happen. He's a walking dipstick of the highest order. He is. Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts are preaching to their flock that color blindness is a form of racism. Well, let's go back to Martin Luther King Jr. I want my children to be judged, his dream, content of the character, not the color of their skin. Color blindness is racist. Process that. They got the mental agility, you know it, of a small soap dish. A skinny dipper in a pool. This guy comes home and a skinny dipper is in his pool, a woman naked, skinny dipping in his pool, and she won't freaking leave. Now, I just want to let you all know, I don't know if the guy was married or single, but a lot of guys would say, what luck, I come home, I got a mermaid in my pool. Until I saw the photograph. She obviously has some drug issues, mental health issues, but is that not hysterical? And by the way, I found out, I didn't realize this, there's some people now who rent out their swimming pool for money like they do for the Air Hub. Some couple apparently made $100,000 a year renting out their pool to people. Folks, I am not going to rent my swimming pool out to anybody. Can you imagine that? Rent out your pool. Oh, this couple's coming over this weekend to use the pool. What? Crazy. What people do for money. Get off my lawn and die. Some guy is dying and a firefighter's helping this guy not die on their lawn, and the people yell, he can go die somewhere else. Man, not very much a good Samaritan are they. Get off, die somewhere else. That's what they shouted to this guy. Satire. This is satire. There's word out by Babylon B that the U.S. women's soccer team is going to attack racism by boycotting scoring goals. Because they got shut out. So it's not just kneeling. They're going to fight racism by not scoring any goals. Good stuff, Babylon B. Back to some serious stuff. China is not cooperating with the investigation of it. Come on, man. They've already destroyed everything. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you love how the world has a double standard for all the tyrants in the United States of America? Trump wouldn't have tolerated it. Joe Biden, of course, says, yeah, we're racist, so it's okay. Now, these next three topics scare the hell out of me. Number one, there's apparently a Colorado flea plague going on. Fleas, people getting deathly ill from the fleas. What do you think of that? Then, this is unbelievable. This sounds like something out of a movie. 33 quote-unquote ancient viruses have been found from Chinese melting glaciers. They say human contact has never been with these 33 viruses. Well, isn't that special, says church lady. Are you kidding me? 33 You know what happened to the Indians when they got our germs and smallpox? They had no immunity. Boom. We got 33. We can't deal with coronavirus. We got 33 more to worry about? And the Chinese are in charge of them? Are you kidding me? You know what? They'll test them out. They'll expose some innocent Chinese to see if those viruses whack them. They'll have more weapons. Then there's a monkeypox. You want to see the picture? This stuff's disgusting. Spoiler alert or warning alert. Monkeypox. Stay away from monkey. You believe what's happening in this country? Everything. All these plagues. The world's ending. CNN loses its own town hall ratings to MSNBC and Fox News. CNN sucks. Tech, Klobuchar and others want to hold tech liable for misinformation about healthcare issues. What? Facebook and others have been correcting what all of us fighting that information. Are you kidding me? They want it every way possible. Can't make it up. 33,000 New Yorkers during the pandemic have migrated to Florida. I'll bet you it's way more than that. They just don't keep account. 33,000. Folks, that's the size of Independence saying we're out of here. That's a lot of moving. Federal workers, these lazy asses, by the way, I know there are some good federal workers, but federal workers generally en masse are saying, we don't want to go back to work because of that Delta variant. Bunch of wimps. Folks, you can divide this. I always say, I want to do a comedy tour. There's two kinds of people. I mean, there's mean people, nice people. There's people who want to work and people who are lazy asses. You can divide up the world and this country, two kinds of people, 1,000 different ways. Workers, lazy asses. We're a bunch of wuss sacks. All right, continuing. Matt Damon, good for him. Matt Damon says getting vaccinated is a personal choice. He's not going to push it on anybody. Apparently him going to do that movie in Oklahoma and working with those oil rig people kind of changed old Matt Damon's liberal views a little bit. He admitted that as such. Married Katharine Ham. I admit I kind of had a crush on her when she was at Fox News. She at CNN. Getting a lot of pushback because on CNN, she walloped Joe Biden's and Don Lemon's performance at the Townhall. Him getting softball questions, not getting the tough questions. Married Katharine Ham, a Bulldog crush. Ed Henry, he's under attack for his Weinstein-esque behavior. Apparently, he was a perv of the greatest order. You know what? I always thought there was something a little phony about old Ed Henry. His career's gone down in flames. Sorry, Ed. Surfside condo that collapsed. Apparently, there's $150 million of insurance on the building for all those people to share in. When you look at the number of deaths and the number of people involved, it ain't enough money. There'll be lawsuits still. Fauci says even if you're vaccinated, you should have a mask inside. Next week, I'm going to tell you a story how I'm so proud of myself because I'm not a vaccination person. How I handled a dispute between two people close to me. One is vaccinated, one isn't, and I'm really proud how I handled it. NFL players on the vax. There's people like Larry Fitzgerald that might retire. Zeke Elliott got it, and he said, you know what? I got it because I don't want to be an issue, but he goes, it's each person's own choice. But you ready for this? The NFL is saying that if a team misses a game because of COVID issues, that will count as a loss to that team. That's the pressure the NFL, a member of the American Communist 10, are putting on their players. Even Hopkins is thinking about retiring over it. Terrible. Kavanaugh. This is great. Trump went to war for Kavanaugh. The right went to war for Kavanaugh, getting nominated. He gets in there, he betrays Trump and the right. Well, guess what? Now the Democrats are going after him again, saying the FBI screwed up the investigation. Like 4,500 complaints against him. You know what? That is either an orchestrated attack or what the hell. But now, old Kavanaugh, who's going to defend you now? Who's going to defend you now? And you know what? He might have a lifetime appointment, but he doesn't have a lifetime of protection from the media going after him. In other words, yeah, he could sit there and take it, but man, the heat comes. Who's going to defend you now, Kavanaugh? Where are you going to find friends? Not going to find one in me. The Ayatollah of Iran is shutting down the internet. See, they see how it worked in Cuba. And then Russia apparently is doing the same thing, working on like their own internet system separate from the world. That's what happens. Bill Maher says America is too politically correct and too sensitive. I'm giving Bill Maher Oracle status for that comment. I think he deserves it. Last but not least, the state of Mississippi is asking the United States Supreme Court to make a ruling that could reverse Roe v. Wade. You watch. Kavanaugh, he won't be there for us. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great weekend.